Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is ItsZalliah, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're coming back, welcome back, you guys. As you guys been following me on this journey I'm on, if you haven't been keeping up with me, I have really just been focusing on myself, becoming my version of that girl, and I've also naturally just stepped into my era of solitude. So far, it has been the most amazing, perfect thing. The first thing that obviously I'm going to talk about is how do I feel being alone? After about a month of only allowing certain people in my environment, in my energy, in my life, I realized I need to be completely by myself. So I ended up cutting off the last couple people that I had in my life because I needed to breathe. I'm tired of being checked up on, because when these people would check up on me, I realized that they weren't necessarily checking up on me. It was, I want your energy. I want to take from you. I didn't know like stuff like that existed. I realized that, these people are taking and taking. They're taking my energy. They're taking my time. They're taking my thoughts. They're taking a lot of what is naturally mine. I truly realized that I was holding on to people because I was in fear of being alone. Once I realized I want to be alone and I did it, I realized that I like being alone. Even though I know no one's texting my phone, I started putting my phone on Do Not Disturb, because even my Ring camera notifications were getting on my nerves. Like, I did not want to be bothered at all. And once I started getting up in the morning, making my food, I started pampering myself like how I've always wanted to. Like, I always wanted to just wake up in the morning and brush out my eyebrows, brush out my lashes, put on my toner, let me moisturize my chest, let me cater to my cuticles, just like little basic things. And I've never felt this sense of peace before. This sense of peace that I feel has been getting deeper and deeper every day for me. Another thing that I realized while I'm on this journey is that I am genuinely an introvert. Like, I would always, I feel like in the past, yes, I was an introvert, but I felt like I was a fake introvert. My social anxiety kind of morphed me and formed me into this introvert. But now that my depression is going away, my anxiety has lightened up, I've actually had time to just be myself, I've truly come to the realization that I am an introvert. And I'll never forget this one interview that I watched of Zendaya, and they were like, what do you like to do on your free time? And she was like, I like to stay home. She was like, because I'm always out and about and I'm always doing stuff. She was like, I really like to just stay at home. She was like, and if I wasn't in this industry and had to go to red carpets and go to scenes and stuff, she was like, it would probably be unhealthy of how much I like to stay at home. And since I've been in this new place of solitude, I realized that is me. I can stay up in this place for days. And it's not even a depression. I like to open my blinds. If my blinds are closed for too long, I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna go for a walk, or I'll open them. And sometimes that's not even enough. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for a drive. But I realized that I genuinely enjoy being by myself, and it feels good. The other thing that I kind of want to discuss, which I already talked about, is how did I get into the 100% of solitude. And honestly, what got me into the 100% of solitude is the frustrations of being bothered. I'm tired of these motherfuckers bothering me. I want to be left alone. I'm tired of the phone calls. I'm tired of the text messages. I'm tired of the knocking on my door. I'm tired of the how's this. I'm tired of the how that. I'm tired of constantly being watched. I have been watched all of my life. I didn't have a lot of privacy growing up, and it was so frustrating. I didn't have a lot of privacy mentally, and at the same time, a little bit of physical too. A lot of people said, oh, no one's really watching you all like that. No, motherfuckers were watching ItsZalliah. People were watching me, and it was so annoying because it put me under stress. It put me under pressure. I could not breathe. Literally, I could not breathe. I was just in a place of people constantly watching me, again, wanting to know my business, just all like just taking and taking and taking, and it was just like, can y'all leave me alone? Like, it was literally making me angry. And my intuition was like, so what are you gonna do about it? Because they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. So what are you gonna do about it? Cut everyone off. Cut everyone off. And that was the best thing I've done, because now I can tap into me and find myself. I have healthy control of my life, and this is what I want to do. So again, I just cut everyone off, and that was the best thing that I've done. The other thing that I want to talk about is what keeps me from feeling lonely. One of the things that has kept me from feeling lonely is my relationship with God. I'm gonna leave it at that, because my relationship with him is between me and him. Another thing that's kept me from feeling lonely is self-care. I remember since I was in junior high, I loved watching self-care videos. I was always drawn to that. And I will say, I feel like that's why my self-care content is so good, is because I've been watching self-care content since I was 13. I'm 23. That's a decade, and maybe even a little bit more, of me just constantly watching people self-care, taking care of themselves, the baths, the natural remedies, all of that stuff. I've been able to tap so deeply into self-care that it just makes me feel so good, and that's my friend. Self-care is my friend. You know, I've been bathing in lemons and green tea. I've been bathing in oranges. I've been bathing in Epsom salt, ginger, turmeric. I know it sounds like, girl, you cooking in the bathroom, but seriously, self-care has been my healer. It's been my friend, you know. Self-care. I take myself out to dinner. I literally went out to dinner the other day, and I remember just sitting down and just being like, remember how hard this was for you like maybe 4 or 5 years ago? And now look at you. I walk into a restaurant and I'm just like, for one, and I go and I sit by myself and I eat my food. Like, it's so natural to me now, to the point where like my anxiety doesn't spark up. Like, I'm just really by myself. That's honestly what I do. Self-care is really what has kept me from feeling lonely. Solitude is a place of being okay and at peace with being alone. So this whole journey overall has helped me really just not feel lonely. And the last thing that has kept me from feeling lonely is slowing down. I slow down, and when I say that, I literally mean slow down. I slow down the way I walk. I slow down the way I talk. I slow down when I want to get up and I decide to cook something. I slow down. Everything is not a rush. I love creating content. So like, if you haven't been following me on like other platforms, I've been, you know, uploading reels and stuff like that. I love creating content. So I love the editing, and I love the uploading, and I love the likes. It's like, oh my gosh, they love my content. You know, so I get so excited, because it's like, I want them to see my work. I want them to see like I love it. And I remember I would even be editing really fast. Like, I'll just be like, click, 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 click. And I'm like, slow down. Slowing down just allows me to absorb more of the moment. So those are the things that truly just keep me from feeling lonely. Another thing that I want to talk about is what this phase of solitude has opened my eyes to, you know, my realizations. Something that this journey has opened my eyes to is I've missed out on a lot of eras. I missed out on the light-skinned Justin Bieber era. I missed out on the Chris Brown era, you know, when he did what he did to Rihanna and how he overcame that, and all the music that was coming out during that time. I missed that 2010 to 2016 era of music. That time, the uproar and the upbringing of YouTube and the interviews and the scandals and the relationships. I realized that I missed out on a lot of the big moments of my childhood that, you know, people talk about till this day, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So recently I've been catching up. I've been watching all of the old Chris Brown interviews. interviews, all of the old Rihanna interviews. I've been watching a lot of Justin Bieber interviews, documentaries on the early 2000s music. You know, I went back and I caught up on Kanye, I've caught up on Beyonce, I've caught up on, who else was big at the time? Janae Aiko. I've just caught up on so much that I wasn't able to live and enjoy. And yesterday I actually went for a drive and I started getting emotional. I was listening to Rick Ross featuring Chris Brown, Sorry. And I just started crying because I was just like, I remember this sound. I remember this era. And now that I'm older, I'm just like, I missed out on it, you know? And that's kind of the phase of music I'm kind of stuck in right now. That's the music that I'm listening to. And I was happy though. I was like, yes, I missed out on it, but I'm still happy that I'm able to be in this moment of freedom and go back and live what I missed. There was this other song by Kanye West, I think it all falls down, something like that. And again, I knew the song, but I never sat down and listened to it. And I'm listening to Kanye and I was like, oh my gosh, and he was saying some real stuff. There was a verse that he said, and basically what he was saying was, you know, we live in a time where, you know, people want to look good, but they got bills that's past due. And he said, oh, I'm guilty of it. He was like, I got bills that's past due, but I want to look good, so I'm gonna go and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on X, Y, and Z, but have bills not paid. And he also was talking about how that stems from people not being happy within, like deep down inside. And he was like, y'all ain't gonna admit it, but I am. And I remember just being behind the wheel like, what? And I played back that song like 3-4 times, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like that was so real. I just love that he talked about it, because I thought I was actually weird for working on myself constantly, deeply. It's almost like, you know how lawyers go and study for the bar, and that's all they're doing for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. They're in their books, they're studying, they're in their books. That's how I am with my healing journey from within. I want to be content with myself. I don't want to be insecure about anything. I want to heal from my traumas. I want to heal from the abuse. I want to heal from I want to heal from the world. You know, I want to be me. I want to be the person that God created. I personally feel like everyone should do this. I personally feel like everyone should sit down, understand their traumas, understand the abuse, understand why they're not happy, understand why they're insecure, and heal. Because when you heal, you can genuinely enjoy life, and you won't have past due bills, but you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on that YSL bag because you want to seem like you got it to the world. I don't want to seem like I got it to the world unless I got it like that. And even if I do have it like that, I'm not doing this for y'all. I'm doing it for me. I want to be at a place where I wake up in the morning and I'm doing everything for me and God. I've been able to tap into a lot of things that I missed. That's what my eyes have been opening to. And also social media. Social media and I have had a weird relationship. I want to be a content creator, so I have to be on social media. But I've also noticed that I've had an unhealthy relationship with social media. When I was back at the homeless shelter, I would do mini vlogs because I love creating content, and creating content is what kept me sane. That was the only thing that kept me like going in life at the time, was creating content. And I would do these mini vlogs. I didn't care about the views, I didn't care about the likes, I didn't care about any of it. I was genuinely just creating content. So I would post these mini vlogs and I'll get anywhere between 800 and 1,000 views, and I would get a lot of engagement and I would get a lot of likes. But in that moment, I really didn't care because I was just creating content because that's what I like to do. So now that I'm in a better place and I'm like, okay, I want to create this content, I gotta be consistent. So I purposely started like, okay, I'm gonna make this TikTok, I'm gonna post it on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, this and that, boom, 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 boom. I was very like, I have to do this, I have to get this done. And so I started uploading the videos, you know, and the views weren't doing what they were doing. The likes weren't doing what they were doing. And I was like, And I'm not one of these people that are like, I didn't get a lot of likes, I have to delete it, I need to do this, I need to do that. I was just a little bit confused, you know, but you know, I brushed it off, and I'm like, okay, this is so weird. I'm gonna keep going, because this is where the content creators were talking about, don't give up, you have to keep going, you know, look at the algorithm, look at your audience, look at when you need to post this, that, and the third, and you know, your videos will do what they need to do. So now I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, I have to do this because I want the likes and I want the views, you know, I want to be a content creator, I want to do this, and it's just not working out. While I'm in this phase of solitude, I realized you started making your hobby a job, and that's a problem. And when I realized that, I was like, oh. I immediately started just rewiring my brain, because I was just like, oh hell no. Content creation, like I can almost cry about it. Content creation is my hobby. When I create, it brings me happiness. When I create, it brings me peace. When I create, it makes me laugh, because I get to look back and edit and look at what I've created, and then I get to upload it, and it's like, ate that, and it's like, oh, you like it? Thank you, I love it too. So when I started uploading when I made it a job and I saw the results that I was getting, and I quickly caught on, I said, okay, we're going back to what we was on. Yes, I would love to be a content creator full time, but the way I was doing it 2 weeks ago, I didn't like it. This is your hobby. Let's keep it that way, and the blessings will come. But after I realized that, I went back to limiting myself on social media, how much I'm on social media, when I decide to create content. And that's another thing. I listen to my intuition. My intuition told me, get up this morning, make this video. I hope it does good. I feel like it's gonna do good. If it doesn't, so what? The last thing that I wanna talk about is, what do I look forward to in this journey? Well, the next thing that I look forward to in this journey is I look forward to what God has in store with me, because I look back at what I've been through. I left my house, I left my family to heal, and he did that. I took him with me without even knowing that he was with me. He healed me, he gave me what I needed. I went there and I left untouched. I left unharmed. I left a better person. And I'm in this new place right now where I'm living, and I'm growing, and I'm becoming a better person. Every time I think about that, it just makes me realize, so where do you think he's gonna have you go from here? Not even just physically, mentally, emotionally, you know, like seriously, I look forward to the growth that I look forward to my future. He got me this whole time, because this is not for the weak. What I went through, anyone would have folded. Anyone folded, drugs, left the house, left the place, just fumbled. This is not for the weak. But if you believe and you have faith like I do, I look forward to the future. So that's what keeps me going. And I also look forward to listening to my intuition. She literally is like, I'm telling you, you've been through enough where you didn't listen to me. Now she's at this point where she's like, you gonna listen or what? And I'm like, I'm gonna listen. I also look forward to that, because I watch these videos on YouTube, and a lot of women and men are saying a lot of women these days lack listening to their intuition, and that will save them from a lot. And I was like, oh, I witnessed that, I've been through that, and now I got a man telling me that women don't listen to their intuition. Baby, I'm gonna listen to my intuition, because I ain't going through this no more. Nope. No more. So I look forward for the emotional and personal growth. I look forward to tapping in even deeper with my intuition and listening to my body. When my body is tired, okay, we're staying in bed. I did that this morning. I was really excited to make this video. And I was like, girl, it's 8 o'clock. You got 12 hours. Your body is telling you you're not ready to get up right now. So stay in bed. When my body was ready for me to get up, I said, oh, okay, let's get up. Got up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, took my supplements, and now I'm filming this video. It doesn't get any better than that. I hope you guys enjoy being on this journey with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.